Alright, today we're going to start out with a level called Poor Weak Creatures, which is always how I read the name of the level in my head, and you know me, I'll take any opportunity to say something in a completely obnoxious voice, so here we go. I'm going to keep an out loud countdown of the number of lemmings that die here. 1, this is mostly for my own benefit. 2, the magic number is 24, that's the maximum amount of lemmings you can kill. 3, in this level, because you have to save 70%. 4, that works out to 56, and 80 minus 56 is 24. 5, 6, gonna build to turn my little climber floater guy around here. 7, 8, 9, gonna build from about right here. You want to make this take one bridge. 10, and you don't want to turn around right here, that's a disaster. 11, 12, we're already halfway there, that's kind of scary, but don't worry, we'll be fine. 13, 14, gonna build at the crystal to turn the climber around. 15, 16, we're 2/3 of the way there. 17, 18, now they're gonna start walking off the bridge but dying, this should be 19, 20, 21, and then I think a 22nd will probably bite the dust. Yeah, so that's 22 lemmings right there. 22 lemmings that died needlessly. Well, not quite needlessly. They died, but not in vain. It was in the service of the level. I'm going to want to turn around again, so I'm going to have to use 2 more builders in order to do that. And once he gets to the top, he's going to build to hit his head once more, and then I'm going to mine at the bottom of the bridge. I'm always bad at mining, but I think I want to go from about right here. And the climber, I'm just going to let him die in order to make this level a little bit simpler. That should be just high enough for them to get out of here. Okay, so now climber is 23 and blocker is going to be 24. And at this point, I'm going to raise the release rate to 99. That way we can just have everybody out of the hatch, and that makes the rest of this level way easier. Because now, at this point, all you have to do is use 2 different tasks. One is a basher, and the other is a builder who's going to get them to the exit. Because you need 1 spare builder. In fact, let's go check up on Athlete. Yeah, see, he's walking off into oblivion. But we need to waste no time at all, because the walker is going over here to the exit. And situated in front of the exit is this little trap right here. It's kind of a Ghostbuster ectoplasm capture their souls type trap. And you need 1 extra builder so that you can build over it. There we go. He should make it just over that. I'm going to keep my eye on him just in case. Make sure that works out. And it works perfectly. So that's what you got to do. You got to watch a bunch of lemmings die. And we're just barely going to make our 70% requirement, but that's a lot easier than what I used to do, which was to have a floater come down here and then just kind of build so that, I mean, it took like 7 bridges to do it, which meant, you know, building out of here was kind of a very difficult thing to have to do. But yeah, you don't want to get caught in the trap of having a floater come out of here and then try to build this way and that way in a zigzag bridge, because it is not going to work out. What you want to do is you want to have an athlete climb up here and do a bunch of twisty, turning around type stuff. And you just want to let your climber die. It's a lot easier than some other solutions I've seen where you have the climber go ahead and save the day anyway. A bunch of lemmings just come toward the exit without being filtered by a blocker, and you have some guys bomb here so they can go underneath this thing. That just seems really needlessly complicated. So I'm just going to go ahead and let the athlete die in the service so that his other lemming friends may live. You may be able to figure out the solution to this level fairly easily, just because of the way I did it in Tricky by accident. You see, we get 10 of everything except for builders. We only get 5 of those. And there is no way 5 builders are going from here to here. So we're going to have to think creatively about how we use those sorts of things. Fortunately, we can set up a standard 2-blocker trap at the beginning. We have to save 95% of the lemmings, which with 80 lemmings works out to about 3 that we can kill. So if it comes down to it, and I just feel lazy, I can kind of let who's going to be my athlete die when he gets to the bottom of the heap. So we're going to have him go ahead and dig, and when he's about to, I'd say, here's good, halfway between here and there, we're going to have him bash out. And now we're just going to build over this little pit of water right here. We're not going to bother making a big old humongous bridge because it's not going to help us out any. We're just going to build a single lone bridge, maybe 2, depending on how many it takes. I think, since I got right up on the edge there, it should only take 1. Yeah, that should be good. Excellent. Alright, well that worked out perfectly. So now we have a few extras in case maybe we screw up right here. So now he's going to go to the top, he's going to climb his way to the exit, and we're going to have him dig shortly before the exit. And the way we're going to have all the lemmings get up to the top is he is going to dig. He's going to dig maybe 3 or 4 little heaps of sand he's going to throw away. And then we're going to have him build to turn around, and then he's going to mine his way down to the very base of the cliff. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, yeah, that should work out pretty well. And now we are going to go ahead and mine from here right to the bottom. Alright, it looks like we pulled this off more or less perfectly. We're going to have him bash out so he doesn't keep mining through the bridge or anything, and then we're going to go bomb our little blocker trap up here. This is a pretty simple level, all told. You have a little bit of time to, you don't have very much time really, but that shouldn't matter. You only need really 3 of your builders. 2 if you plan on killing your athlete by letting him fall into the water, but why would you do that? You have more than enough builders to save the day, so you can go ahead and just have him build to make him bonk his head, and he will lead the others to the exit. It's really simple, really easy when you think about it. The number of builders might kind of alarm you at first, but it's really nothing to get worried about. They'll all walk in a heap to the exit, and you will get this one done successfully. And now, we are going to finish off the taxing rating with We All Fall Down. You almost forgot about it, didn't you? Yes, you thought they had forgotten, didn't you? Well, they have not. And this is the last level in taxing, which actually, truth be told, makes it kind of an anticlimactic end to the rating, because these levels are usually easy and can be beaten in one solid go. This looks like a good release rate for me. I'm gonna... Yeah, they're pretty close together without being just really crammed, like, too close. We're gonna play this level again, not too far into Mayhem. I think it's like level 14 or so of Mayhem. It's in the teens, I know that much, and there are going to be 80 lemmings. You have to use 80 diggers, which I think is the most they give you of any one skill in any given level. So, once again, we're going to do this the legitimate way. We are not playing the CD version game, so we can't just watch them walk off the edge, which would really be anticlimactic. Instead, we have to save 60 of these little buggers. So, let's set about the task of saving 60 of these little guys. And here is where you want to start leaving no divisions in the, you don't want to leave any little wall spaces. That's the way to ensure victory here. Just make them all dig really close to each other. Don't worry, you're bound and determined to get walkers. You can't make diggers just keep digging. As long as there's a walker in your crosshairs, you'll get him. Don't worry. This is going to take up most of the ledge, actually. Okay, I think I need a little bit more camera space. Hey, we're already down to 9 diggers. See how fast that goes by? But when you're doing 1 a second, I guess that's to be expected. So yeah, see? That's plenty of space for 20 diggers for when we get to the Mayhem version. There's going to be even less of this little ledge left behind. So yeah, it's going to be marginally tougher, but really these levels are pretty simple, fair-minded, fun. I dig them. Pun sort of intended, I guess. But we have a little bit of time today, so I think we're going to go ahead and play the first level of Mayhem. We're just going to transition directly into it from here. How about that? So here we are, the vaunted Mayhem rating. And this level is not so much hard as it is just really long and tedious. This is splatting distance, as you'll find out the first time you play this level, and it really puts the screws to you. You're like, they fall out and you're like, oh my god, they're splatting. This is what I like to do here. This actually negates the splatting distance, which is really nice. So we're going to have another floater go on. That's really nice they give you 5 of them there in case you start screwing up. But if you start building right as soon as you hit the ground, that negates the splat height just enough so that everybody survives. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a standard blocker trap. Okay, maybe it would be a little more standard if... Okay, yeah. This is going to get really nasty really quickly, I think. What? Well, at least one guy survived. Yeah, they should be fine. Wow. But yes, you're going to be using... Wow, well, I guess one of these guys is just going to kind of walk around doing a whole lot of nothing. Hadn't really intended that, but you want to start building your first zigzag bridge from about here. And I'll get back to you when we get back to the top of it. Alright, we're making it to the top of our little, making it to the top here. Just as intended. So one of these guys is going to have to die now. What we want to do here is there's this little bitty tiny pit right here. You do have to build your way out of it, unfortunately. Okay, so one of these guys, probably him, yeah. Bye-bye, extra floater. It was nice knowing you. So now we want to get to roughly right here. I think we can do this in 2 bridges if we make it a stretch. Actually, you know what? I probably should have stretched it. 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, maybe not. 7, 8, 9. Oh! Perfectly done, Mr. Floater Man. I applaud you. So now we're going to have to do something really tricky here in a minute. Okay, we're starting to get kind of splat-heighty, so I'm going to go ahead and dig through this bridge. Digging is very tricky to do through bridges because you end up getting rid of a pretty huge chunk of it. So what you want to do is you want to wait until you're well over land before you do something like that. And I'm going to start building my next zigzag bridge from roughly right here. And from here it's just kind of a zigzag all the way to the top. One thing I would advise you to watch out for is when you're building into steel, they turn around pretty much as soon as they hit it. So when you get really close to it, like right here, I'm going to want to probably, yeah, see, I probably should have started building again right as soon as I turned around. But you kind of have a little bit of time here. 8 minutes is a lot of time for this level. You will end up using most of it. But you can kind of shave some time off your building itinerary by... Am I really going to have to use a second bridge right here? Well, you dummy. You big old dummy. And then you want to, of course, start building from about as soon as he turns left right here. Oh, man. Could not have done that any better, I don't think. Looks like we are going to make it out of here perfectly. Now, that's some beautiful bridge building right there. Yeah, okay, good. He built those last few steps. So, yeah, they should have no trouble getting the exit from here. And it shouldn't take 3 minutes to walk all that way. But I still don't want to watch him do it. So yeah, you have 30 builders, which seems like a lot, but... And this is also splat height right here, which is why you want to start building to the left from roughly the middle of this pit. But, I mean, yeah, this is the start of Mayhem, and it's kind of overwhelming at first. I know when I was a kid, I was a little bit afraid to start playing the Mayhem levels, because I was afraid they were just these super hard things that would blow my mind. But as it turns out, that really isn't the case. They don't really start getting terribly difficult just yet. You have levels like this that kind of require skills that you've already learned. But I mean, it's not anything terribly tricky. So we should rest easy for now, because there won't be much resting easy in the future, I assure you. So tomorrow we'll start playing some levels that might actually be considered hard and not just, you know, long and boring.